Hello and welcome to another Gunsmith special. Today is not really a Gunsmith special, this is more of a match rifle project. I'm taking the Ruger Collector Series number 3, this 1022, the man's best friend version, and I'm going to be doing a few easy modifications and putting together a rifle I can use for 22 matches. So as you know, before working on anything, make sure it's safe and clear. This one is brand new and it is safe and clear. Here's what we're going to be doing today. I want to keep this as Ruger as possible, so I'm installing the BX trigger. This kid charging handle and the guide rod make a great addition. The Tandemkross auto bolt release, the Guardian one, and then this UTG bipod, and of course we're going to do a 1022 Sling. The bipod was an Amazon special, something I found on sale, and it actually solves all my needs for a bipod. Like I said, I wanted to keep this as Ruger as possible, and that's why I'm going with the BX trigger. There's a lot of different springs and triggers out there, or kits you can get. For me, I wanted to go Ruger, and this one works great. Again, the rifle is clear and safe. It's never been loaded. Removing the single 5/32 Allen bolt holds the receiver and the stock together. And here's a look of the inside of the stock in case you were curious about that as well. To remove the trigger assembly, I had to use a punch on this version 1022. Out of the factory, they come very tight, and you just have to punch those pins out. I was trying to be as delicate as possible with this new receiver, however, the pins were in there. As soon as I could, I used a vise to push those pins out. Once the bolt stop pin is removed, the bolt can come back far enough to be removed and it just pops right out like this. And when the bolt's removed, you can freely remove the charging handle and the guide rod and spring. The first enhancement is the extended charging handle. I chose the kid charging handle because I like how this one looks. There's a lot of custom charging handles out there. This one in particular is exactly what I was going for as far as feel and looks. Here you can see a side-by-side comparison of the original factory handle and the new kid charging handle. All I can tell you is the kid handle is so much more comfortable. It really is one of the top 3 upgrades to make. Time for the guide rod springs. Kid springs are not attached like the factory Ruger springs are because you have the options with the kid springs. You can keep the standard spring or you can go 10% heavier or 10% lighter. For right now, I'm keeping the standard spring. Take the guide rod and spring and slip it in the side, while once the spring is compressed, you can put the handle on the guide rod. Get this into place and then drop the bolt right into the receiver. Being the third rifle in the Collector Series, the man's best friend, this 1022 comes with the Collector Series engraved on the bolt. There it is, the bolt is back in place, the guide rod and charging handle are functioning correctly. Super easy, first improvement. Now it's time to put the bolt stop pin back to keep the bolt locked in place. The pin is reinstalled, the bolt and charging handle are functioning perfectly fine. We can now proceed with the trigger and the bolt release. I'll be using the Tandemkross Guardian Auto Bolt Release. This single piece replaces the factory bolt release, which I understand why Ruger keeps theirs in production, but it's a pain in the neck, and if you're shooting in a match, you really want to have the easiest bolt release possible. I went with the Tandemkross bolt release over the Kid because it came in black. I wanted it to match. Using a punch, these two pins slide out, the ejector pin on top, the magazine latch or bolt lock pin on the bottom. The top one is the ejector pin. Push this out and it will free the ejector and the spring. The magazine latch bolt lock pin is under tension and will fly out. Take the new one and drop it in place, minding the placement of the spring inside. The bottom pin, the magazine latch bolt lock pin, holds the magazine release and the bolt lock in place. The top pin holds the ejector and the top arm of the trigger spring. The tension is minimal and you can hold it down with a finger. And done, the trigger is back together. Time to put the trigger housing back on the receiver with the two receiver cross pins. Using the $25 gift certificate that came with the rifle, I'm going to order the high comb and replace it with the standard comb that came on the factory stock. That'll make the position of my cheek perfect for a scope. I'm going to install the Picatinny rail bipod adapter on the sling stud. Testing everything with snap caps, it functions perfectly. And here it is, the Ruger 1022 Collector Series No. 3, the Man's Best Friend Edition, customized for NRL 22 matches. Thanks for watching.